Okay, but what is Safemoon? I've been staring at this white paper for about 30 or 40 minutes, and now I think I'm finally starting to get it, and I'm going to try to explain it to the best of my ability. If you guys have any corrections, please put them down in the comments and put them in layman's terms. I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible. Let's get into it. Now, the first part of the white paper basically talks about how the automatic liquidity pools are not a good model. So a lot of these cryptocurrencies, the way that they attract a lot of people is by saying, hey, come and basically, stake our token, and we're going to give you X amount of tokens as long as you keep that pretty much indefinitely. But those rewards get worse and worse as time goes on. So for the first 100 people to a token, hey, let me give you 20% more tokens every day. For the second batch of people, hey, let me give you 10% more tokens every day. So on and so forth, right? And then you end up hopping on the train trying to make some money with this a year later, only getting a 2% annual percentage yield or return of tokens out of that liquidity pool that they have. They have a supply of tokens, and you end up only getting 2% a day, while everybody else is getting 20%. So how are you ever going to compete with them and maintain the value of what you have when this guy keeps on getting a bunch more? And then the second problem for that is, well, what happens when they decide to sell, right? When they decide to sell, all of a sudden, and then it's a herd mentality, so then all of the other beginning adopters decide to sell. Next thing you know, you have what they're talking about in here, which is a valuation bubble, and then it collapses back in on itself. So they're trying to solve this by having what's called static rewards, which is the second bold point here. And the static rewards is where they're going to reward you based on the volume of the token that you're purchasing or selling. So based on the volume of the token that you're trading, you get that, which is a lot more fair. So if you come into the market 2 years later, you're getting the exact same reward as the person 2 years earlier that bought X amount of tokens. Now, for the third part, the manual burns, they're saying sometimes the manual burns matter, sometimes they don't. A continuous burn on any one protocol can be nice in the early days. However, this means the burn cannot be finite or controlled in any way. So what they want to do is this second sentence. They want to have the burns controlled by the team and promoted based on achievements to help keep the community rewarded and informed. So in order to basically keep incentivizing the community to do a bunch of marketing for them for free, they're going to set achievement goals and, hey, we finished this program, we finished that, now we're going to do a manual burn of X amount of tokens. And then let's see for the automatic liquidity pool. Second is an arbitrage. In theory, as a Safemoon, the price stability mirrors is a secret sauce. Hero function. First sucks up tokens. Yeah. So what this is talking about is basically it's creating a liquidity pool or a pool of tokens on PancakeSwap based on the buyer and seller transactions. So every time somebody buys, it's taking 5% fee. Let me see where it says it right here. It's taking a 5% fee and it's redistributing that to all of the holders, and it's taking the other 5% of it, so a total 10%, and it's splitting 50% of it to be sold into BNB and 50% of it to be paired with that BNB on PancakeSwap. Now, that could just mean that basically there's liquidity for just Safemoon if you want to purchase it, and the BNB is going to be used as kind of the gas fee for that on PancakeSwap, or what I'm hoping it means and what I do think it means is that they're paired together and it could be used vice versa. So every time you buy or sell, you're adding to the bucket, and that enables people that want to come in and purchase to be able to easily purchase because there's this many tokens available, but they can also sell when they want to And they're less incentivized to just go randomly sell when there's some news that breaks out, and and it drives the price up, and they're like, oh, today's the only day I'm going to have enough liquidity to get out of here. Because over time they're adding more and more BNB and Safemoon paired together on PancakeSwap that can be bought or sold either way. Then that enables you to go and actually sell your tokens so you can get out of this if you want to, because that's an issue on a lot of these cryptocurrencies. You can't get out of them. I was watching a video from a guy on the one dude's YouTube channel. He talks about a bunch of the YouTube business entrepreneurs and gurus and stuff like that, and he had this dude on that made a cryptocurrency where he issued 1 billion tokens and he had his friend buy it for $1, and now on paper he's worth basically $1 billion. And then a bunch of other people bought it, but when the guy asked him, okay, well, how much money would you actually be able to pull out? How liquid is this? He said $26,000. So just because you're worth X amount of dollars on paper with these cryptocurrencies doesn't always mean you can get out of it. So I do like this model of being able to, actually have some liquidity in there. Now it says over here, safety. This is their step-by-step plan to ensure 100% safety. Basically, what they are trying to do is create a platform where there's as many things going on as possible in order to keep the price stable. Every time you buy or sell, 5% of that. Yeah, let me try to explain this specific point simply, because this is what I think they're getting at. The gist of what they're getting at. The way that they're protecting you from these people at the beginning going and trying to sell a ton of tokens at once is, if those people go and sell 1 million tokens, 5% of those are redistributed back into the market, back to people. So these guys don't really want to sell or they don't want to sell a huge amount at once, because they're just going to get basically taxed that 5 to 10% fee. So they're not going to want to sell, and if they do sell, the market is going to have 5% of that brought back into it. So the price doesn't drop as drastically as it might with another token. So the step one for the safety is, they're burning all the tokens in the developer wallet is this chunk. It's a pretty good chunk, but there's still a lot of tokens for the community supply. And then they're going to have a fair launch on the DX sale. They're going to lock down that liquidity pool for 4 years. And then the liquidity pool generated with every trade, and locked on Pancake. Yeah. And then, so once it's locked, then they're going to be taking those cuts, and they're going to be creating the pairs and putting them on PancakeSwap. And that's it. On their website, they used to have the wallet that they were trying to create, and some information about that. I'm pretty sure, as long as I'm not crazy. And I was trying to find that because I was like, how do people not know what Safemoon is about? Because they had a section where you could like view and see what it was about. So because that's not there anymore, I'm sure it might be on their Twitter or something. They might still be talking about it, but basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to create an exchange. And obviously these companies, they always switch kind of stuff like that. But from what I understand, they're trying to create an exchange, and that exchange is going to enable you to do something similar to Coinbase when you go into your settings and you click financial help or something like that, and it says auto stake these coins. Basically, they're trying to enable you to auto stake any cryptocurrency, which would obviously be a huge incentive to use Safemoon as a coin, would have a pretty big utility and intrinsic and extrinsic value at that point, because, well, you could stake any, Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever, and you could get some of that money back. That's not on the website anymore, so, who knows? What they're talking about on the website is creating basically video game based stuff. We'll begin architecting the non-fungible tokens, those trading cards, stuff like that. Exchange, non-fungible token exchange, as well as video game integrations. And then they're going to start bringing it over to the African markets, in addition to setting up a charity. And then they'll be exploring other exchanges, i.e. Binance, which I think they just got under review right now. I might be making a video on that. And begin architecting the Safemoon exchange. Okay, so this is where they're talking about it now. This would basically be, yeah, not a wallet. This would be the exchange. So they want to do a non-fungible token exchange. They want to do a Safemoon exchange. My question with a lot of this, man, every single one of these cryptocurrencies is just going for the exchange. I feel like there's so many other business models that they could go for, but you know, it is what it is. And then over here for Q3, it says we'll begin finishing our crypto educational app and begin our own charity project. We'll begin a community listing donation raise for several exchanges, i.e. Coinbase, Binance, and Kraken. I think that's what that is about, is basically they need to have enough liquidity on all of those exchanges in order for people to buy and sell. And so I think they're going to be trying to raise, you know, either Ethereum or BNB or Bitcoin or whatever coin they need to be liquid on that platform, and possibly Safemoon itself. And then that way they can put all of those tokens on that platform so that then there's some X amount of money on the day one where people can actually buy and sell without it just basically getting shut out because they ran out of liquidity. We will finish the Safemoon exchange in our charity project. So that's the end goal. And we'll begin the next integrations with additional African markets, African-based Safemoon office, and begin hiring in those markets to create jobs. We'll be taking donations to the next charity project. Yeah, so this basically means that they don't know what the heck they're going to be doing in Q4. But yeah, I know this is kind of a long video, but I just wanted to try and break down what I understand from this platform so far, and what value I possibly see or don't see in it. Do your own research, read through this stuff yourself, see what you can get from it, add any advice or comments down below, and let me know what I should check out next. I'm about to shoot a video on how to buy it as well. I'm going to be going over that part on the website. So yeah, see you guys later.